All right, welcome back. We got a lot to go over today. We've been absent for the past couple days. We had family in town and they've been working hard in there. Let's go check it out. All right, so over in the kitchen, they got all the backsplash done. They got the countertop done. They got the sink in right there. And even the sink, like it was, I guess it was hand done. The sink was made. So it's not perfectly straight on everything. All the sides kind of bow this and that. So they said they were having a little bit of trouble getting it to match up with the line of the countertops, but they made it work. They're doing a great job. Let's show you everything else. We did take the old range out. They are shipping us a new one that's gonna match everything like we ordered. And still waiting on the new doors to come in for the cabinets because they're gonna be making them match those over there where they're framed out. We did end up finding one of the other pendant lights. There was one local, so thankfully we didn't have to travel to find that. And then they got the last part of the trim here around where the stove goes up, and that allowed us to get the scaffolding out. So now this is all opened up. Everything is just so big in here. All right, and then up here in the loft, they did get everything buttoned up with running that line for the in-floor heating and got it covered up. There's a little bit of a crack, or not a crack, but separation over here. Very, very hard to tell, but they're gonna get that tightened up, and yeah, everything's looking great up here. The tile guys, they got to work on the guest bathroom. So this is the tile that Lindsay picked out for this. Looks really good. It's that, I don't know what you call it, but looks really good. It's an emerald type look. Like I said, this is going to be very green. There's going to be, I don't know, kind of like a foresty feel to it. You guys will get to see Lindsay's expertise here in the coming videos once this all takes shape. Here, that's where that was all opened up for that PEX line to go through, and they've got it all sealed up. They still got to paint it, but it's been redone or drywalled and patched up. So, and they didn't have to build that little box in the corner like they thought they were going to. So that's great. And then in here, this is the breezeway half bath. They've got, I think it's called a penny tile. On this wall in here, which that looks really nice. Lindsay's doing an awesome job picking out all the interior design stuff. They have yet to start on the master bathroom tile yet. I think they're probably gonna finish up everything in the other bathroom first and then jump over here. But everything's ready to go. They're starting to like clean stuff up. They're buttoning stuff up outside, getting all the trim done. There's a bit of a problem with the doors, just with all the angles and everything. So that's taken them a little bit longer to get going, but they're working hard. They're getting it done. All right, as you can see, we're getting snow, which is great because I enjoy playing in my tractor and mitigating the snow. So I'm gonna go jump in there, get the front bucket on, do some back dragging just to flatten this out. I'm not gonna put on the snow blower right now just because it takes a lot with removing the front loader arms and getting the snow plow on. So I'm just gonna flatten it out so it's nice and easy for everyone to drive on. Though this may not be the most conventional way for snow mitigation, right now, this is about all I want to do to it because the ground is still really soft and I've got large rocks they're going to catch if I start pulling that box behind me, and I'm just going to move a bunch of gravel and it's going to be muddy and it's not going to be good. So I'm going to try to get a flat base first, let it get a little bit colder, things freeze, and I know those rocks aren't going to come up. Then I can start back dragging and scooping with the bucket. I just love to see the kids down here because right now we're up on the mountain and they don't like going outside. And every time we come down here, they're running around out in the yard, inside, playing hide and go seek, soccer, all kinds of stuff. And I love just seeing them be kids and just getting outside, having fun. So looking forward to being down here so that way they can continue to do that all the time and then spend less time inside. All right, so a few more things happened here. We finally got in the range back here. Matches the hood, which is great. The white color that Lindsay likes. It matches the fridge too, and cabinets and stuff, so loving that. And like I showed earlier, they got the scaffolding out and they just pulled up all the ram board yesterday and gave it a nice clean sweeping and stuff like that. So things are just looking good. They finished up tile in the master bath, or guest bath, I'll show you that. So that's up there. I think they might, yeah, they're still gonna be doing the inside of that window with the tile, but they'll be back here, I think, in 2 days to finish that up. And then from what I'm being told is all they have to do is finish the tile in the master area, which will take half a day to a day, and then grouting all of it, which will take another maybe a day. So like 2 more days of tile people, and then we should be able to get the electricians and the plumbers back in to do their final, get everything up and going, and then we'll be able to be moving stuff in. So great news. And then you can see out this window here, they started to get the siding on the pump house, which is great. Hopefully the guy doing the pump will be here shortly, so that way we can get water out to all of our places out there so I can more easily water the animals. So unfortunately this week there was a lot of like touch-up work that had to be done. They noticed that the last 5-gallon bucket of paint that they got was the formula was off, so it had some black in it. So of course it was like all the touch-up, all the trim, some of the walls. So they had to get a whole new bucket and redo everything. So hopefully we'll get reimbursed from the paint company, because it's like, they told them what they wanted, they gave them something different. But at the end of the day, they got that corrected, they got things touched up, and shouldn't set them back too much, which is good. Can't remember if I showed you this, but they did start getting the roofing on that back porch roof. So getting close there. But as you can see, we're still having our unusual warmth for the winters. You can kind of see up there on the mountains, they've got a good layer up there. I was up on the slopes today, got a couple runs in, but it's staying pretty warm down here. Snow's not sticking around too long. We had a good snow last week, but now it's, as you can tell, it's pretty much gone. Which is, it's been okay for building. We've been getting to do a lot more stuff than we probably wouldn't be able to do if we were, 2 foot of snow and, hard packed and all that stuff. So blessing, curse, take it as you can. I figured I'd give you a close up of the range that Lindsay picked out. It is Forno, is the brand name, and this is a natural gas stove, which is good because we've got that hooked up. She went with white and bronze. It's got a little bit of stainless steel there on the top, and then 6 burners. Couples with the hood here. Everything just goes together. And then back up here in the loft, things look buttoned up. I know they had that trenched out and they had put things back, but it looked like there was some separation of some of the flooring. It looks good now, so I have to figure out what they did, because they were talking about pulling up, from one side to the other and redoing it. So I don't know what they actually ended up doing. So back at the yurt, it's been a little bit since the last time I was recording, so some more stuff has gotten done. It's getting towards the end, so things are moving a little bit slower. But they did end up doing the master showers. Let's go take a look at that. All right, so here that is, we went with it's a handmade terracotta. So it's not perfectly square, and it's, just kind of imperfections all over the place, which is kind of what, we were looking at. Not everything's gonna be perfect, but yeah, so that's there. They got that done. And then they're gonna do that same terracotta behind the sink here. Now I'm not sure, I believe we're starting at the bottom and going probably all the way up or halfway up. I'm not 100% sure what they finalized on, just because This mirror is going to be there too. So I'm not sure how much of that they decided that they're going to reveal. So we'll find out in the next couple days. So with the tile being mainly done, the electricians can come in, they can final everything out. The plumbers can come in, they can final all their stuff. We've got stuff for the electric company come in and do, because the electric and the gas company are the same. So they're gonna come in and hook up gas so that way we can get the in-floor heating going, the stove over there going, and get that all hooked up. The pump guy, he should be coming soon. We had a couple issues with that, but he'll be here, I think today, to get that squared away so that way we can get all the frost freeze and everything working and have water to the property. So thankful for that. I know I showed you this, but they finally got this all done. They got the inside of that window wrapped in tile. So that's looking beautiful. So yeah, we're just really looking forward to get the plumbing and electrical finished, just because once that's done, then we can pretty much start moving stuff in. And we're looking at probably the end of this week, beginning of next week, starting to, you know, get furniture in here, get some wallpaper on. So yeah, just really exciting stuff. All right, so there has been a bit of delay on getting subs in here. So they're just taking a little while, just for the tile just finished, like I said. And so we're waiting on electrical and plumbing to come in and final their things. So that way the construction guys can come back and get things going. So right now we're just kind of at a standstill with that. Though in the meantime, they did get the pump guy back. He's got that working, so I'm able to use at least one of the hydrants here. And I was getting kind of annoyed with the driveway, just I guess with all the big trucks and all the mud, like it was really, really bumpy. So I went out and I got some gravel and got the first portion. I'm gonna get some more, but just capped it off with some 3/4 minus. So that way it's not like you're on a roller coaster trying to get into the property. No snow, everything's melting every time it snows. So I think we're officially, crossing my fingers, officially jumping into spring. So I'm gonna start doing a property cleanup here before too long, getting things eyed out, getting things organized, and especially more so once we start moving stuff down to be able to move in. So that way we can just get the whole property, you know, cleaned up. I can look where things are gonna go, and then just really focus on where gardens are gonna go and chickens possibly be moved to. So we'll see soon. But that's gonna do it for today, guys. I appreciate you joining me. Join us next time. We're gonna start doing some wallpapering, I think. That's gonna be the next episode. We're just gonna try to get some stuff ready to go while we're kind of waiting around. And yeah, jump into it then. All right, we'll see you guys next time.